welcome back to Tuesday Evening Karaoke. Sing your hearts out for hours on end on a random Tuesday evening, and if you want to challenge yourself, you can try to guess the lyrics of Ghastly from Friday Night Funkin D-Side. I've heard rumors that only AI can figure it out, but we're not that technologically savvy, so let's just play this damn mod. I think Friday Night Funkin D-Side is one of the most unique remix mods we got. B-Side was the definition of a good base for future remix mods such as B3, Neo, and even more recent mods that follow the same concept such as Aerofunk. D-Side on the other hand is a very interesting take on a remix mod. Completely new designs and new music. You would expect the songs to be the originals with a different coat of paint, but I see the D-Side songs as their own creations, but they have certain elements of the originals to where it just sounds like a different version of said song. Compared to most remix mods, I say D-Side is the most extended because of all the updates we got. The first version released on July 17th, 2021, and throughout the next year or two, we got new songs and variations of characters, all that good stuff that comes with extra updates to remix mods. But alongside our usual cast, we also got a massive Sonic.EXE D-Side mod and updates as well. But we aren't here to rank the Sonic music, we're here to rank the original D-Side mod. As of now, we're on version 2.5 for the normal D-Side mod and 2.7 with Sonic.EXE. I'm pretty excited to rank these, so let's get into it.
3, 2, 1, go!
This remix of South really wasn't what I was expecting. A lot of it comes from Skid and Pump's vocals. I don't think they were meant to sing at this really fast pace for extended periods of time. It does keep to the original South song near the middle, but it's the best sounding part of the song, but that's not really saying much. Also, when the song ends, it feels very abrupt, leaving it to feel incomplete and unsatisfying. I think with an extra minute and a half, it could possibly redeem itself by switching up the beat and going for an authentic South song, but it wouldn't fit the overall theme of scary Halloween.
Three, two, one, go!
Honestly, week 2 is not off to the best start. We get a major difficulty spike, which will definitely catch players off guard with how much these two are screaming at us. I don't think the vocals of all the characters combine with the instrumental very well. It could have possibly been redeemed if they stuck with the Halloween sound at the beginning of the song, but it gets kicked to the curb after its introduction, just as neglected as my Watch Later playlist. Boyfriend still sounds good, but Skid and Pump don't sound right to me. Again, something about the faster pacing of their lyrics really takes me out of it, and I get sick of it really fast as it sounds way too off for me. The last 16 seconds are the best part of the song, and it shows that the whole song is mediocre, but the finale is the best part when things start to get good. I never see myself coming back to the first half of week 2 because I don't have a reason to.
Three, two, one, go!
God, where's Porky Pig when you need him? I for real could go for a nice maple glazed ham right now. Ham is very inconsistent. At times part of the song sounds really good, but the rest feels all over the place and very unorganized. Not only that, but I feel like when you hear parts of Eggnog, it feels like it was forced for reference bait. It's not terrible, but it'll never be my first choice. I'd rather play the original Eggnog or the Neo remix.
They get so narrow at the bottom.
Three, two, one, go!
I didn't expect this song to be this low because I didn't want it to be as low as it is, but I think that's how quality the rest of these songs are. I usually love Dad Battle, whether it's the original, B-side, the OG Neo remix, or even Hell Beats. For what this is, it sounds really good and I like the different sound we get, but it feels like it's missing a key component that can make it a top 5 song. At times it does sound a bit monotone, but it isn't overbearing and it's pretty quick, and I love the solos in the middle as it's a key part of every Dad Battle variation to let both Daddy Dearest and Boyfriend go at it by themselves, and it's really fun to watch.
Two, one, go!
Left, up, down, right. That's how you do it. Left, up, down, right, down, left, up, down, right. That's how you do it.
With every new tutorial remix we get, they just keep getting more innovative. This sets the tone and vibe for the entire mod, as most tutorials are meant to do for said mod. I like that they gave Girlfriend actual lyrics instead of constantly repeating the 4 directions. She's low-key a walking compass with only 4 directions instead of 8. It's catchy and I really like the callback to the original D-Side tutorial. It's a lot more energetic, but the sound sticks with the visual theme this mod gives off.
Yeah, come on, and get down.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'm pretty conflicted with this one. My thing is, I really like playing this song because the charting is super satisfying and nearly perfect, but where I get lost is the song itself. I never really pay attention to the song. The only reason why I can realistically see myself coming back to this is because I get a good sense of satisfaction when playing. The charting is the highest point of this song for me. The Dearest themselves sound inconsistent as well, but Boyfriend overall sounds good. Maybe because it's 2 completely different sounds in one, but it still sounds off to me. Although, I really do like the Easter setting, as it's cool to see these characters I know nothing about watch me get flamed by a hot woman in a bunny suit with a gun. It doesn't get better than that.
3, 2, 1, go!
I hear a bit of mid-2010s pop music here. It has nearly everything: a catchy hook that'll keep you listening, and a tone switch near the end that'll make you question if this is the greatest song of all time. Spoiler alert, it's not. I like how the charting calls back to the original high, but it keeps it in moderation to create its own vibe. The song itself is pretty good. I really like the duos between the two characters. It's consistent with how it sounds, but at times it feels a tad bit repetitive, but it doesn't take away from the overall product. Sometimes with the environment it feels like we're high in the sky, but I'm pretty sure we're still driving on a road on the run from the police.
Three, two, one, go!
Alright, let's be real. This is the first word you'll think of when you see D-Side Mommy for the first time. The beginning of the song gives me this sense of mystery, mainly because it's kind of rare to see extra songs within remix mods. Ghastly and this song are nice and refreshing because it gives us something different, and we don't play these songs we've been playing for a while now, even though they are remixes. I like listening to the song as I think Boyfriend and Mommy really have good chemistry here and work really well together, but it's not the best out of these two in this mod, but it's still really damn good. Their vocals really fit this euphoric instrumental, and it sets a really chill mood, like you're looking out on the sunset on a Friday evening.
Three, two, one, go!
It's interesting that I have 3 week 4 songs right next to each other, and I usually try to avoid that, but it was bound to happen eventually. A continuation of Awooga and with hints of the original MILF. It's a lot more emphasized, and it also reminds me a bit of Frostbite from the Ace mod. The charting may not be as complex as the original, but it's still difficult for being a MILF remix. I know we're not done with week 4 just yet, but it's a very fun week, and I was super excited for it for personal reasons. Now, if you'll excuse me, I will be in my closet for the next 5 minutes.
Three, two, one, go!
Skid and Pump's vocals are much better in this song compared to the other two because they got some room to breathe and let their vocals do the work instead of having them be constantly interrupted by another vocal not even a second later. The thing is, faster vocals can work with these two, but in smaller increments instead of constantly being fast for the sake of being fast. This sounds a lot better, and when they do decide to become Eminem, it doesn't sound as forced and it doesn't last too long as it's balanced and consistent enough to make the song sound much more energetic. The pace change in the middle is a lot of fun to play and it sounds really good and gives this song more variety and a better reason for you to come back to it if you really enjoy that part. Week 2 really pulled a Zelda 2 and gave us a difficult challenge right after some chill vibes that week 1 provides. But I guess I shouldn't compare a rhythm game to Death Mountain. It's like comparing speedrunners to NASCAR racers. Also, apparently learning the lyrics of this song is impossible because someone tried it one day in the booth and now they can never speak again.
Two, one, go!
Week 1 will make you just want to sit back and vibe out, especially with the first 2 songs, with Bopibo being the first we get after the tutorial. This will keep your head bopping and you'll get a nice feel when listening to everything coming together. The vocals feel very authentic to fit this slow, more mature tone we get. I didn't really think that this would be as vibey as Neo, but I think week 1 gives me the most vibes here.
Three, two, one, go!
This variation of Blam gives me the idea of a radio dubstep remix that some radio stations play late at night. This is also the song that sounds the most like the original, but it has its own flair in the vocals and charting. It's consistently fast and difficult, and you have to dodge bullets while you sing, which works to the best of its abilities here, and it sounds really good as it adds more depth to the song itself. I think this represents the original Blam the best as a song because just like the original, it's super intense and very difficult. Sometimes you'll barely pass by or you'll get shot in the face.
Three, two, one, go!
Yeah, coming at you with the D-Side remix. Oh yeah.
Twist.
A lot really doesn't need to be said here. I don't need to speak for the intro because you just heard it. Whoever did that voice, I would love to interview one day. The most chill song in the game in my opinion, as everything else has something to be stressed out about. I always saw Fresh as having the most potential for amazing remixes, mainly because of the beatboxing at the start and the end of the song. But this is an amazing version of Fresh and definitely my favorite out of all the other remixes.
Three, two, one, go!
I will say that for any future attempts on satin panties, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be fire, just like this one we got here. But first things first, D-Side Mommy is pretty hot. So much is done right here. Music, charting, vocals, it's all consistently great. This is one of the most fun songs to play, and it's very satisfying to hear everything come together. Mommy and boyfriend give off their best performances. They work off of each other the best here, but you can make a good argument for the rest of the week 4 songs. I think this is a top 3 satin panty song, and I put it behind Neo and then the original at 3.
Here's Johnny.
3, 2, 1, go!
You're running up. Take a seat. For comfort, I'll turn down the heat. As temperatures rise and ovens burn, my little friend, you need to learn.
I have a lot to say about Feaster, so let's get into it. I believe this song carries all of week 5, as I think it's pretty mediocre overall. Next up, I want to take some time to introduce and talk about the lemon tumor. I don't care what its official name is, that's a tumor on a cherry. It reminds me of Chip from Family Guy. This song overall feels like an evolution of Monster, and there's a lot to it. From the intimidating, more aggressive vocals from Chester, to nearly everyone in the background looking like they've been possessed by a damn cherry, including Girlfriend. I love that they gave him more animations, as I would legit start running away if I saw this thing crawling towards me the way it dances around. I want to go a bit deeper into the lemon tumor real quick, as there is one thing that stands out to me. The lemon tumor adds more variety to the song with its inclusion, and it's a welcome addition. But when it starts singing, I get the same thoughts about Skid and Pump. When it doesn't sing for longer periods of time, it's a spectacle to listen to. But when it solos Boyfriend for a little bit near the middle, it sounds off. It's not awful sounding, but it doesn't come together when it should. But when it's going back and forth with Chester and Boyfriend, it sounds amazing. Some of the best parts of the entire song. Now moving on. Near the middle of the song, the background characters start moving in unison with Chester, and it makes them even more intimidating. And after a little bit of their dance party, they basically become a background chorus, and it sounds so damn ominous but majestic at the same time. I also really like when the notes change paces from when Chester and the lemon tumor bounce off each other. It adds a bit of a challenge to the charting itself. This entire song is so damn good and worth coming back to, but the one flaw holds it back from being on top, but it's still amazing. This is Nightmare Fuel at its finest.
Satisfies needs. It's such a nice taste.
3, 2, 1, go!
The main reason why week 3 stands out the most amongst its competitors is because the music is fire, and we get a unique mechanic that I believe was perfected in this mod, and it's dodging bullets, because Pico needs a new haircut and he's very upset. Someone get this man some ice cream. For this song, we just let the gun and the instrumental play out. A really cool detail I want to mention is when Pico reloads his gun, it also fits with the song just like the gunshots. I also like the callback to the original Pico at the end, and it's a very good way to go into Philly.
Three, two, one, go!
Well, speaking of Philly, in my opinion, the best Week 3 song and the top 3 Philly song overall. The thing I love about this mechanic is that it fits with the music instead of just being there for the sake of being there. It's an important aspect to the song itself. It gives the song more complexity and it emphasizes that Pico wants to kill you for some reason. I don't remember the story. I would put this up against B-Side Philly and try to figure out which one I like more, but it's really hard since Week 3s in any remix mod nearly always become my favorites.
Three, two, one, go!
Nighttime comes and the stars are playing. Constellation shine, your conscience straying. Crickets chirp and the moon starts to rise. And beware now for your discretion advised.
In the first few versions of this mod, the vocals of Chester were very groggy and you can tell comparing this to the original. When you played it multiple times, you would eventually understand the lyrics, but this time around they reworked the lyrical performance and now it sounds so much better and makes Chester, the f***ing cherry, more scary to look at. Look at this thing. This is someone's sleep paralysis demon. It's super difficult because of the barrage of double notes, but it'll leave you satisfied. The tone switches multiple times, but it gives off this feeling that he's playing around and underestimating you, but this dude doesn't have any arms, so you could just eat him if you wanted to. I think it's the most consistent in quality as it never falls off at any point. From chill but a bit on edge to intense speeds. I believe this song beats its sequel in Feaster, but I'm not gonna say it blows it out of the water. You can put those two up against each other and either one can win depending on who you ask. I've always liked that a lot of the monster songs and remix mods are consistently great and some of the best songs in those mods. Soft, Neo, hell, even the original Games monster songs are really damn good. It's something to look forward to when these are in the works. Can someone make a versus video and put Chester the Cherry up against Chester the Cheetah? I'd pay so much to watch that, even though I think I know who would win.
Wait, what's this in my stew? A puke. Too bad you can enjoy this meal. Bet you wish that I were here. Eat your meat and lick the bones. Break them to not just sticks and stones. Whoa.
FNF D-Side is a personal favorite. It gives me some of my favorites of all time and also gives me good reason to come back to it. Honestly, my bottom 5 aren't the worst of the worst because those songs aren't awful. They're very flawed in my opinion. I don't think it took too long for us to start talking about good and quality songs this mod gave us. Apparently, from what I've read, the next big update is currently in the works and will most likely be beginning week 6. I'm very excited for it from everything I've seen while researching and writing this video. But we'll just have to wait until then. There's a possibility that this isn't gonna age well, just like my Neo video. I'm starting to sense a theme here.
Just to get attention, so she's worth it.